Hello, Mountaineer fans, and welcome one last time inside the dugout, at least for the 2013 season. Alongside head coach Dave Gage here, and Dave, we're going to talk about the end of the season, how things finalized with you guys there. Finished up with an 11-24 mark. I know that's not ideal. You guys were at 11-11 at one point in the season. Just briefly discuss what happened there towards the end.
We sort of lost a lot of one-run games, and then I think once we started our losing, it was very tough to get back onto that winning track. Something that we're going to challenge our new captains with this year is how to be mentally tougher, how to, when things go wrong, to get back on a positive streak. And I think that's the one thing that we struggle with this year is our leadership needs to get better. And when things go wrong, how do you get back to a positive? I mean, you have to start over, and mental toughness will be a major thing that we work on from day one of next year.
Now, you guys ended the season last weekend with a 3-game set against Mitchell here. Unfortunately, dropped all 3. Since Sunday, as our viewers can see, you guys have still been out here working hard, utilizing those weeks of practice that the NCAA allows. How does finishing a season like you did influence these young guys and how hard they work between Sunday and opening day next spring?
Yeah, I think, it just goes to show how great of captains we have with Chris McCastro and Sal Sciarra, is that they're pushing these guys to work hard. And, everyone it's optional to be down here or whatever, but everyone's down here because they're disappointed with the mark that we had this year. No one's happy going 11-24. No one is sure the heck not happy losing the last 13 games of the season and missing the playoffs, especially when we were right there. We were tied for first 2 weeks in, and all of a sudden things went poorly. And these guys don't want that to happen again, and these guys are going to work their butts off to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Now, you graduate 7 players, but you're going to be returning a handful, if not the majority, of your starters. How does that influence taking this year and turning it into positives for the next year?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, all year, we played 7 or 8 freshmen or sophomores all year, so they have the experience, which is going to be great, and they're going to be able to share that experience with hopefully a great recruiting class that we're going to bring in. But and our sophomores now will be juniors. They haven't made the playoffs either year, so they're starting to get that point of it's in their career of, hey, we better pick it up, or else we're going to go through 4 years here without making the playoffs. There's a lot of talent in that group, so they have to step it up and just figure out how to win. And I think that's the one thing we struggle with is how do you win instead of how do you compete. That's what we did this year. Now it's how do you win and make sure that you win.
Now, speak really quickly about the summer plans for some of your guys. I know you mentioned Eric Johansson going into play out in Illinois. Do you have a lot of guys doing that kind of stuff, and how do you think that's going to impact them coming into the fall?
Yeah, absolutely. We had a lot of guys going to play in very good summer leagues this year. We got 3 guys going to Myrtle Beach, a guy going to Chicago, 3 guys going to New Jersey, another guy, like you said, Eric Johansson, going to Illinois. And that's going to be very good because they're going to play against other college competition instead of just going back home and playing against somebody who may have played high school ball but isn't playing anymore, and playing against good college competition every day is going to be helpful for all of our guys.
Now, viewers, I don't know if they saw the baseball that just grazed my head practically off the bat of Cody LaBadia, a sophomore who was splitting time at first base with senior Corey Armstrong. Obviously, you're going to miss that bat in Armstrong, and you had the ability to switch them between first and DH, game in and game out. How much is losing a kid like Corey going to hurt you?
Corey did a lot for our other first basemen like Cody and Adam, especially on the defensive side of the ball. He taught them a lot of ins and outs of the game. But I think we got a lot of guys that didn't play that much this year that are going to be able to step up and fill in that spot. Hit like Corey did, and I think we're going to do a good job of bringing in a recruiting class that can fill in his void as well.
Coach, any final thoughts that you want to give the Mountaineer fans about this season and looking forward to the summer and the fall, getting ready for 2014?
Well, I think, overall, if you look at our record, you're going to say, well, that was disappointing. But the thing you got to remember is we went from 174 errors last year when we took over this program to 63 errors this year. That's 111 errors less. That's impressive. We stole 87 bases, most in program history. One of the top numbers in all of Division III. So I'm very happy. That's where our emphasis was. You asked in the preseason chatter of, hey, what can we expect this year? A team that plays defense, a team that runs the bases. That's what we did. Now as coaches, we got to put more of an emphasis on offense on getting stronger. And I think that's where me as a coach, I have to do a better job of. You know, assistant coaches, we all agree, we need to do a better job of getting our guys stronger and faster, and we'll do that. You know, whatever we put our mindset to, our guys are going to buy into it, and I'm excited for next year. And the last thing is, we're not building a team. You know, yeah, this team this year wasn't great, but we're trying to build a program, and my goal here is still to win a national championship. You know, we're very far off from that. I'm very honest about that, but I think we can still do it. I think, you know, we just got to work harder, and I think we can get there.
Now, real quickly, you mentioned the offense, and baseball is a game where it is, you know, a game half an inch, not even of inches, half of inches. Do you think it's enough for the guys just to come out and keep getting more reps? Is that what makes a better offensive player in baseball?
Yeah, you got to get more reps. You know, the more swings you take, the better your swing is going to get. And if you don't do that, you know, and I think that's what I'm talking about work ethic-wise, is if we only take 20 swings, you're not really going to get that much better because you're doing the same thing over and over again. You take 100 swings, well, now you're going to get better, you know, and I think that's what we're doing much more of, and our guys have bought into that.
Well, Coach, again, I know it wasn't an ideal record to finish up with, but I know a lot of Mountaineer fans out there were proud of some of the things that they saw, and like you mentioned, kind of taking the program and putting it in a new direction that down the road will lead to a lot of positives. So again, congratulations on those successes, and I know myself and all the fans out there look forward to great things next year.
Can't wait for the fall.
Great. Thanks, Coach.
All right.